Hey guys, I sure command you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, guys. How y'all doing? Thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day, talking some Raid with me, sending some positive vibes your way. I'm in a good mood, if you can't tell. I'm taking my kiddo to the amusement park this weekend, kind of the grand opening of our local kind of establishment. And man, I love the water rides. He kind of likes the, well, I guess the little kid roller coasters and stuff. I'm not a massive roller coaster guy. I'm not like scared. I don't hate them. But I'm just not like that much of a thrill seeker, which seems like a very unpopular thing to say, but I'm not that guy who's going to be like skydiving over the weekend, you know? I like my land. I like my safety. You can call me a wuss in the comments if you want to. But anyway, guys, we're here to talk about the fusion. I got her, Jetni the Giant. And I have to say, and I also got her little boyfriend here, Alsgore Crimsonhorn. We're going to play them both together. And some quick thoughts on Jetni the Giant. Alone without her companion champion, I have to say, I am not very impressed with the champion. I compare her to like maybe, best case, maybe like a Robar, a spirit version of Robar, a hard-hitting nuker, a decently hard-hitting nuker, not as hard as Robar, should be mentioned, but, you know, decent multipliers, 2 AoEs in her kit, and she's bringing South buffs, which is really, really nice. She's bringing the decreased defense as well. So I would say like a spirit version of Robar, maybe slightly better there. But it's hard not to compare to somebody like, I don't know, like a Genbo the Dishonored, you know? And the thing is, I went for this fragment summon. I was traveling for work this last weekend, and I hate to complain, like, to open up the video. I'm sorry, but, like, dude, it felt like such a chore, man. I was listening to Darth and J-Gigs on they had, like, a podcast-type format talking about why J-Gigs stopped playing the game, another content creator, if you guys are unfamiliar. And, like, one of the things that he mentioned was that he's kind of burnt out on the fusions and the fragment summons. They used to seem like a big deal back in the day, and now it feels like, man, you know, they're not exciting. It's just, like, the same thing. And I've talked about this in the past, too, personally, right, where this is so sad to say, man, because I love this game. I love this community. I love you guys. And I'm not going anywhere, but like, this is just a sad reality for me. And I want to know if any of you guys are in the same boat. But when I see all the energy that I have to use, or silver that I have to use for a fragment summon or a fusion, when I see all that, when I look at the schedule, the first thing that I think is I don't see energy anymore. I don't see energy in the game. I don't see silver in the game. I see not even gems in the game. I see dollar signs. It really sucks. And it's not something I'm trying to do to be cynical or miserable or whatever. It's just like, I looked at it, I'm like, okay, this is going to cost me around like 50,000 silver, or whatever, 50,000 energy, whatever the number is, and X amount of silver. That's probably like a $200 champion. And that's a really, really crappy thing to think about when you're trying to play a video game, you know? And I don't mind, obviously, you guys know me, I don't mind paying for my entertainment. But there's a difference between paying like a, you know, I don't know, I played EverQuest or World of Warcraft back in the day or whatever. There's a difference between paying like a $5 or $10 subscription fee to a game that you enjoy versus like, okay, this gem is going to cost me around $300, you know? That kind of sucks. Anyway, I went for her for the content. I wasn't super optimistic that she was going to change my account in any meaningful way, but I went for it to make this video with you guys right now, right? Unedited on a Friday night. That's what I'm doing, man. That's how I'm wasting spending. How I love to spend my Friday, not wasting. But if I wasn't here with you guys, right, and if I wasn't making this just for the content, I would have passed this fragment summon. I already told you guys that. I haven't made any content. I don't use the developer server. I like to wait and actually get my hands on these champions on my account, get a feel for them for a day or two before making content out. And with all that said, though, the first thing I thought of when I looked at this champion is, man, I think I'd rather have Genbo the Dishonored, who I already have, who's an epic champion, who is way easier to upgrade, who you don't have to fuse, you don't have to fragment, you don't have to spend money, essentially, to get him in a roundabout way. My man here first of all, he's Void, not Spirit, right? So that's really cool. He has higher multipliers on his A3 of 4 versus a 3.8 on Jetni. Now, granted, you know, his base attack is not as high, right? So I think overall Jetni probably scores a little bit higher when you know, aggregate all the information. But he also brings the increased crit damage, the increased crit rate, the extra turn as well, so he can go right back into his Heartless Blitz for a multiplier on this ability. And he's decreasing the duration of all buffs, and it cannot be resisted, right? Like, this is a really good kit. He's immune to decreased attack and will ignore unkillable when attacking under increased attack. Like, this is a very, very good kit, and it's quite different too, right? But the fact that he's void means I don't have to worry about weak matchups either, right? So he's got that in his favor. But as I mentioned before, like, to me, maybe best case, kind of like a Robar type champion, you know? Robar's bringing decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown, just like Jetni is. And he has a really hard-hitting A3. Granted, they're a little bit different. He's not bringing the increased crit rate, increased crit damage. He's not ignoring shield, but he has more damage on this Merciless Assault ability. And he also has a stun on the A1. So, you know, somewhere in that neighborhood is kind of where I tier her off. Could that help a lot of players out there? Yeah, absolutely. It could help some players out there. So I'm not hating on her to the extent of like, oh my God, she's so trash. Like, but she's also not a must-have champion at all, like I told you guys initially. And after playing around with her for, you know, most of the day here, I stand by my initial statement. You know, I think that my opinion was pretty much dead on. I think if you're watching right now and you went for her, I would love to hear from you guys. Where are you using her? Did she make any of your teams? And be real with me, because I know how it is. I'm a human just like you are. When I get a new champion, sometimes I try to talk myself into them a little bit. You know, like, oh, wait a second. Whoa, that was a lot of damage there. You know, like, anything you can. I'm going to be using a lot of her. And then in a month or 2 or 3 or 4, you're like, okay, Vault Guardian. She has a stun and a decreased defense on the A1. 50% chance on first and second hit. That's a really solid A1, right? On the A2, it's an AoE, ignoring 20% of each target's defense, and places a decreased defense as well. Can't be resisted if Alsgor is on the same squad. More on that in just a moment. On the A3, it's a 2-time hitter, Towering Might. I think it's a 1.8 on each hit on this, and a 3.8 multiplier on the A2. Her A1 here hits pretty hard too. Let me see. Her A1 is a 1.9, thanks to hellhades.com here. A 3.8, a 1.9, 3.8, and a 1.9 on the A3 in terms of multipliers on this champion. She's bringing the increased crit rate, increased crit damage. Now, if she's on the same team as Alsgor Crimson Horn, and we're going to run them together in live arena in just a moment here, they can do some pretty freaking cool things together, because Alsgor is kind of like a mini Helicath in some ways. And Helicath is super, super meta. One of the most used defensive-based champions in all of live arena, you know? Endgame, everywhere. And he gets banned a lot, which just speaks to his prowess, right? When I show my Helicath, like, he gets banned almost as much as my Siphi and my Warlord, which is pretty crazy. People know not to mess with him. 20% more damage against targets under shields. Completely ignore shield buffs as well, in addition to the 20% more damage, if Alsgor's on the same team. So to me, just to cut to the end of the video right now before I show you anything, I'm going to show you how I have her built and stuff too. To me, in alone, which is how you have to judge a champion. Not everybody's going to have every companion champion, right? Alone, she's maybe like a C+ champion, in my opinion. Kind of a cool debuffer who's also a damage dealer, like a Siege Hulk, you know? To me, they're kind of a dime a dozen at this point in the game. Back in the day, they were very special to get a champion who can deal damage and also bring the decreased defense, excuse me. But nowadays, okay, I put her in Savage and crit damage. The nice thing is because she's bringing the increased crit rate, similar to Genbo, we can build her with less than 100% on the crit rate. So I put her at 84, 306. She's going to be over 100 plus the crit damage buff as well. The attack could be a bit higher, but it's okay for what we're doing here. I ignored accuracy because I'm going to run her on the same team as her man here. So I went attack on the banner. If you're not running those two champions in tandem, I would just run accuracy on the banner. Crit damage. I went with defense, but a trip attack roll on that ring. What a ring, huh? She whiz. Crit damage, attack percentage on the chest. Crit damage, obviously, on the gauntlets. These are some of my best gauntlets on my account because I got the crit rate roll. So 20% crit rate plus the attack plus the crit damage in Savage gear, right? Really, really good. Actually took all the good Savage gear off of Stultus Dragonbane. And between us, It's going right back on Stuntus after this video is done, man. So we got speed, crit damage, crit rate, more crit damage. Just trying to stack as much crit damage as I possibly can on this champion without her having to be too slow either. In today's video, I'm going to show you her in this arena build, and then I'm going to run these champions together in Hydra just to show you how underwhelmed I am with them as Hydra champions. At first, I was kind of hopeful, but I'm not impressed with these two together. Offense, defense. Again, went with total nuke build here. Getting those counterattacks, super valuable because of the stun on that A1. Some CC built in as well, so Retribution's a great mastery for her. Ruthless Ambush, Bring It Down, Helm Smasher. You guys know the typical masteries that we go with here when we're looking to optimize arena nukage. So that is the build, guys. In terms of blessings on this champion, it would depend on where you're using her, but I would consider... where's my eyeballs? I would consider between Cruelty, decreases target's defense by 1% up to 4% per hit. Good in the situation of a kind of longer battles, right? Maybe in Hydra Clan Boss, for example. Or I would go with Crushing Rend. Each hit will ignore a percentage of the target's defense, right? Synergizes well with her kit in general. Or, of course, you can go with Soul Reap in the arena. So those would be my options for this champion personally. So there we go, guys. That's the build. Let's stop talking about her. Let's start playing with her. Here we go, live arena. All right. 15 minutes left. You guys have been giving it to me in the comments, wanting more live arena here on the channel. So ask and you shall receive. Ike Dirty. Ike Dirty? Ike Dirty? Ike Dirty. What's up, man? Here we go. So you guys are going to like these champions together in the arena. My only concern is this. First of all, overall, like I said, C+, maybe champion to me. A little disappointed, a little underwhelmed in her kit. Not super versatile, really. Like a good debuff or damage dealer. And to me, again, those are kind of a dime a dozen. If you disagree, though, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below. I'm going to put her with the increase attack champion, too, so we'll use Duchess. They show Warlord. We're going to use Warlord, but hopefully, hopefully they ban him. He's going to be our ban bait because therein lies the next issue. Is in live arena, where these champions are kind of compelling to go together here, well, you can just ban one and neutralize the team quite a bit, you know, because of that. They have a lot of synergy, more so than your average two companion champions. I would put it on like the Venus Cupidus level, not in terms of how good they are, but in terms of how much better they get when they're together, if that makes sense, you know? So it's easy to separate these two as well. And now I'm in kind of a pickle already. Who I want to run is Pythion, because I need a bolster set here, right? The nice thing is she counters bolster set too with that that passive. I need a bolster set because they're gonna go first. But if let's see who they ban. I have a feeling they might ban one of these two champions, but let's see. Let's see. I hope not. Please ban Sify. Please ban Sify. Please ban Sify. I hope they ban Sify. Pythion. Okay. Well, it's not all bad. They're gonna win the speed race. They're going to kill my passive. They're probably going to kill me. But we do have a Stoneskin Duchess on the team who they don't really have a response for. So my hope is they kill everybody else, we revive, and we're able to kind of recoup. So they have Stoneskin Duchess, Stoneskin Ramen 2. The nice thing is, too, is we do have that block damage on the A3. Granted, mitigated somewhat by Rhodos as a counter there. So, I mean... we're going to lose Jetni no matter what here at this point. But it's okay. I'd rather buff up the rest of the team, obviously. Yikes. Roche just comes in. Freaking, oh my god, Rhodos, calm down, man. Calm down. Jeez. Louise. Great. Burning all my revivals. Fantastic. Not really. I have a Sify's revival. So, we have a shot here. We have a shot. Kind of, sort of, not really. Let's see. This is our big shot. We gotta hope that Rhodos does not kill Duchess right here. Okay, here we go. We're in. So we're gonna go A3, and we're gonna pray that we kill Arbiter to get an extra turn. Oh, come on! Come. Ah! So annoying, man. So annoying, dude. Ah, the fact that we can't kill an Arbiter is not cool. Not cool. All right, anyway, here we go. We're gonna, I mean, there's no choice here. We have to go block damage. Even though Rhodos doesn't care about it on his A3. But at least we'll buy a little bit of time. The question is can we buy enough time to get our revive? I don't think, does he have his Fate of Destruction up? I think, nope. Good. No extra turn. Fantastic. Rhodos is so dangerous, man. And I'm playing with Absolute Fire, CCing Arbiter over Rhodos, but okay, let's try this A1 here. Increasing the duration of random debuff on target champion by 1 turn. You guys think that we can kill? You know what? We should be able to kill Arbiter with this. Ah! But he's in Relentless Gear from Hydra Clan Boss, and he gets an extra turn. I really lucked out there. I really lucked out. That's not an extra turn as part of his kit mechanic. The question is, can I get a turn before Rhodos? Nope. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Ah, we're dead. We'll try one more. We'll try one more live arena battle. Dude, I have to say, man, I was so underwhelmed by that nuke. That A3. Because she would have gotten an extra turn had she been able to kill Arbiter. And then she would have came in with the A2, ignoring defense. And hopefully we would have, won in that scenario. So here we go again. I'm just looking to lose all my trophies. I was right at 2,000. Now we're going to just fall backwards, trying to use this combo in live arena. Gandalf! What's up, Gandalf from the Bunt Clan fam? They pick first. Let's see if we have better luck here. Now, I want to say something very important, and this would change this team quite a bit too, is what I really would like to do, if I was going to actually run these champions in live arena, top 300, 400, whatever we are right now, I would say that we would definitely put a bolster set on her companion champion. I'm totally drawing a blank on his name. Alsgord? Alsgol? That dude. It is Alsgor. So I would put a bolster set on him, right? He's an HP-based champion anyway. Easy to stack, easy to scale. We don't need him in Relentless here. So, who knows? I'm not going to say it's a short thing, but who knows? Maybe we win that last one if we did have a bolster set on him. So they have an Ithwi Blood Twin. They have UDK. Showing UDK a little bit early. I don't like that. I've mentioned that in videos in the past. It's not like the end of the world. But when you show UDK, as soon as you see Siphi, you give them a chance to... You think you're countering Siphi when you play UDK, but you're giving the opponent a chance to, pick somebody else who's a better counter for UDK, right? Normally, I would run like Turvold. Anyway, golly. Okay. So they have a lot of nukage. They don't have a lot of speed. I think I'm going to go first. So I'm going to go in without a bolster set, which is, again, why it's so important to run bolster on him, on Alsgor. And I'm going to get rid of... we have a buff remover, so we don't care about Helikath, right? We don't care about UDK so much with all the AoEs. We do care... They don't have an increased attacker for Inithwi, so I think he's somewhat mitigated. I'm actually going to get rid of Cardio. And they get rid of Warlord? Great. This is exactly what we wanted here to test this champion, right? So I look at the team. Is there anything I need to be resisting? Not really. Leech, who cares, right? Fear, no big deal. So we can go, what do these guys have for auras? Resist in all battles. I'm just going to go with the speed aura. Hopefully you guys find this unedited live arena content somewhat entertaining. All right, here we go. Ready to battle? Let's see. Let's see what this guy can do. I'll tell you what, man. That was underwhelming, that nuke on that A3, huh? But I have to use the A3 first. I guess I don't have to, but it makes much more sense to use the A3 first because we need those buffs, the increase defense, or excuse me, the increase, well, you guys know. Block damage, and that's that. This is looking a lot better. We go in A3, we'll easily be able to kill a Nethui Blood Twin with the A3. And I still think I should go A3, even though he's the only one who will die. And I can't do anything against Stone Skin. But, yeah, it makes no sense to go with the A2 here. So I'm just going to go A1 into UDK. And we just wait for the Stone Skins to come off. They don't have a Reviver on the team, so I'd say, like, this one's already in the bag, you know? So it's just a matter of time. So we'll just kind of keep poking here, and we'll be pretty good, pretty well positioned. I love the block damage is just so powerful in the arena, because right now, especially with all the polymorph going around, besides Mighty Uko, you really don't see many buff removals out there. So getting around block damage, again, unless you have a Rotos, it's difficult, you know? I run Baron a lot too for for the Sky Piercer, right? If I'm going against like really tanky shield teams, but again, Jetni mitigates shields as well, which is really, really nice. All right. So, again, nothing I can do here between the block damage and the Stone Skin. So we'll just keep waiting. So they're running a super slow build of Hefrak in Stone Skin gear. Same thing with UDK, obviously. Now, here's the crazy thing. Check this out. I'm going to purposely wait to use the A2 here. And I want to show you something that I found is broken on these champions. Check this out. Hefrak's going to go. He's going to get the extra turn. And he might wipe me here, but I can just revive with Duchess anyway. So let's just do it like this. Mitigate some AoE damage and hope we can stay alive. So we're on Jetni right now. Again, nothing we can do here at all. Check it out. Check out when Alsgor goes here. Okay, 1 second. Basically, I'll tell you what I'm trying to tell you, right? His A2 is not working properly. When she's on the same team, we should be removing all buffs on all enemies. But for whatever reason, it's only removing 2, and I'll show it to you guys. Damn it. Well, if she stops dying, maybe we can take a look. The good news is we'll have his A3 up soon. So it won't work here because she's dead, but basically check it out, right? Okay, that wasn't not that impressive at all. Let's go ahead and put the big fella to, my bad. Dude, how many times am I going to think I'm putting someone to sleep and it's UDK on the team? All right. Okay, that's fine. Are we 1 turn away from the block damage? We are, right? Yeah. Here we go. Perfect. So block damage. Doesn't matter what Hefrak's going to do here. I'm just going to A1 it on somebody. That's fine. I'm just going to sit and hold on we have block damage anyway. I'll wait to the A2 for the perfect veil when Jetni's back up. Keep her alive. UDK is going to come in on Sify. It's cool. We're going to go ahead and now we can revive her. Now we can come in with the A3. If anybody, we're going to kill Hefrak, so he's not going to... Now we get the extra turn, come in A2. Super cool animations on that A2. And hey, we picked up a win with Jetni and Alsgor. But as I was saying, guys, I'm going to show you in the traditional arena just so I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys, here I am in the classic arena. I wanted to show you something that I noticed about these champions, right? It's with the A2 of Alsgor. I don't think it's working properly. I don't think it's coded properly because she's on the same team. That means we should be able to... Well, let's let them get buffed up first. Pythion. Let's just put block damage here. Okay, so now they have the buffs, right? We'll go in A3. Do a little bit of damage. That was Jetni's A3, by the way. Reset cooldown. So they all have 3 buffs. Check this out, guys. Now, don't look at Mithrala because we're not going to have enough accuracy anyway. But look at somebody, I think probably Harima doesn't have a ton of accuracy. So look at her buffs here, right? Going to come in the A2. Attacks all enemies, 100% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies, even if the attack lands on a weak hit, if Jetni the Giant is on the same team, which she is. So let's slow it down and watch. Just watch someone who's not resisting. Okay, it worked. It worked. I stand corrected. It worked. All right, let's see if we can come in here. Because I could have sworn earlier, but hey, that's why we test things, right? I could have sworn earlier that it did not work, that we did not remove, we only removed 2 buffs, but I guess I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. So I'm glad that we tested that. That way I didn't just say that it's not working properly and then, and then not back it up. That animation on our A2 is super cool. I know I've already mentioned it, but don't you guys agree? So this is what they can do in the arena. Like arena offense, these champions together, fantastic. But a lot of her value that makes her really special is predicated on getting that extra turn. And so that's why I think that, like, kind of one-dimensional without him on the team. Let's just do one more squad. Let's do one more attack here with this team and just kind of see what they do. I'm going to show you like a very, very quick Hydra battle as well. But you guys tell me again, are you, especially if you went for her, how are you liking her so far? Do you think I'm being too harsh on her? If you didn't go for her, first of all, thank you for watching the video, considering you didn't go for her, but you still are watching this late into it. That's cool. And second, you know what? Do you think we can kill anybody here? We're ignoring shields. Let's see. Let's see if we can kill anybody. No. Not bad. Not bad damage, But if you didn't go for her, I would say don't feel bad. You're not missing out on like the best champion ever or anything like that. All right, here we go. A2. Okay, we removed everything. Maybe I saw it last time and I was looking at a protected buff. Okay, we killed somebody, then we get the extra turn. We come back in, ignoring shields, everybody's toast. Like that is best case scenario on what type of utility you can have with both these champions on the same team, right? Ignoring shields as a bolster counter is actually pretty cool. Now, let me show you where I was underwhelmed on these champions in Hydra, right? So I was going Hydra Brutal. I just put this team together here. Byball to the Thorn. I put the Cupidus Venus tandem just for the heck of it. And then we went with Jetni and Alsgore and Duchess as well. I think I'd rather have Duchess in the lead here. I don't think I need to mess around with any AI either. So problem number 1 with these champions, you're not getting a lot of damage out of them as a tandem, unfortunately. Problem number 2 with them is the block damage that you just saw there. It's the reason that Helicath is extremely dangerous to run in Hydra Clan Boss. You get all those stolen block damages. So really the way to use him in Hydra would be potentially utilizing him for the A2, putting him in a reflex set and building him fast, right? Otherwise, having a lot of buff removals, not just him on the team, because even if you're able to remove the block damage once it's stolen, it's really a combination of lockdown, provoke you need a lot. Because even if you miss a few steals of the block damage against Hydra rotation, man, it's gonna suck. You're gonna be losing out on a lot of DPS overall, right? It adds up. You're wasting all those turns. And boy, that team went down pretty fast there, huh? All right, let's try to regroup a little bit and see what we can do here. Okay, things are going a little bit better here. We're regrouping a little bit. Losing quite a few turns. I should probably have like an Inquisitor on this team or something like that to wanna rock. But it is what it is. I just want to do a quick damage check, right? You can see, you can see what kind of damage they're putting out. Nothing too crazy. Jetni wasn't bad on that double nuke, that A3 that she just unloaded with. Not too bad, right? What do you guys think anyway? I'm going to wrap the video around here. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of put this out. Didn't even edit it really. But I wanted to get your thoughts overall on if I'm missing something with this champion. Again, I haven't watched any other content on her. I don't know what everybody else is saying on her in terms of like other content creators. But I would say that with her partner, she's probably like a B+, A- damage dealer. Can do some fun things as we showed in today's video in the arena. Without him, kind of a dime a dozen in some regards, If I'm looking for just a sheer nuker, I would rather Cleotyrix, If I'm looking for a debuffer, I'd rather have a bunch, But if I'm looking for both with a cool extra turn mechanic when she's on the same team, now we're talking. Like, there's some potential there. So let me just go ahead and end this battle. It's only been a few turns, but you can see here, just to compare the damage between like her and a Cupidus, for example. I mean, it's not even comparable, really, you know? And she's in a nuke build. Granted, she died for a little bit there, but still, I ran this team to fruition like 8 times in preparation for this video in the background while I was on a work call, and she was always at least 1/5 of the damage of Cupidus, around this same ratio, even in way longer battles. So, I mean, it might be a little bit unfair. Cupidus is fully awakened as well, +1 empowered, but at the same time, she's not, in my estimation, even with Alsgor on the same team, she's not going to be an S-tier damage dealer for Hydra Clan Boss. And when we talk about other debuffers, like, I'd rather have so many other legendaries who are bringing a little bit more to the table, like maybe a Shagur, maybe a Sissia Flametongue. I mean, I can go on and on, quite a few. But anyway, guys, what do you think of this champion? I got her! Hopefully you guys have a great weekend if you're watching this when it goes live. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.